What if I told you that the reason your body is not healing the way it should may have less to do with your supplements, your workouts, or even your sleep routine than with one hidden switch deep inside your nervous system? What if the difference between a body that repairs well and a body that stays inflamed, tense, tired, and under-recovered comes down to whether that switch ever fully turns on? Most people think recovery is passive. They think if they sleep enough, eat clean enough, stretch a little, and wait long enough, the body will naturally bounce back. But that is not how it works. Because recovery is not just about time. Recovery is about state. And if your body stays trapped in the wrong state, repair gets delayed, digestion gets weaker, sleep gets lighter, inflammation stays higher, and healing begins to feel slower than it should. That hidden state change system is called the autonomic nervous system. And one of its most important pathways runs through a wandering nerve that modern wellness finally started talking about, even though the body has been using it all along. It is called the vagus nerve. You've probably heard the phrase vagus nerve reset before. Most people hear it and picture another trend, another buzzword, another nervous system hack people repeat online because it sounds impressive. But the truth underneath it is real. The vagus nerve helps regulate whether your body stays braced and defensive, or finally shifts into a state where repair can happen. And the problem is that most people do not live in a body that feels safe enough to recover deeply. They live in a body that is always slightly guarded, slightly tight, and slightly ready for the next demand, the next interruption, or the next reason to stay switched on. That state may not feel dramatic. It may just feel normal. Tight shoulders, shallow breathing, a clenched jaw, a stomach that feels sensitive for no obvious reason, sleep that never feels fully satisfying, and a body that is technically resting but never truly dropping. That is the part most people miss. You can be exhausted and still not be in recovery. You can be lying down and still not be in repair mode. You can be doing everything that looks healthy from the outside, while your internal state is still giving one basic instruction: stay ready, stay guarded, do not fully let go. And when that becomes chronic, the body starts paying for it. Because the nervous system does not just influence how calm you feel, it also affects digestion, heart rate, inflammation, muscle tone, immune signaling, and how deeply you sleep. This is why two people can eat similarly, sleep similarly, and exercise similarly, yet one of them still feels like their body heals slower, crashes harder, and never fully resets. Their system may still be stuck in survival mode, not extreme panic, just chronic low-grade defense. And modern life is very good at creating exactly that. Too much stimulation, too much screen light, too much sitting, too much rushing, and too much background stress that never feels dramatic enough to respect, but never goes away long enough to stop shaping the body. You wake up and check your phone before your nervous system has even settled into the day. You eat in a hurry. You sit under tension. You breathe a little too high in the chest. You carry unfinished stress into the evening. And after enough repetition, the body begins to mistake constant activation for normal life. That is where the vagus nerve matters. Because this nerve is one of the main pathways through which the body receives the message that it is safe to downshift, digest, release tension, lower the alarm, and begin repairing instead of preparing. Ancient traditions did not use phrases like vagal tone or parasympathetic activation, but many of them clearly understood that the body could be trained into a calmer, more restorative state through breath, sound, posture, prayer, humming, chanting, and deliberate exhalation. What they were preserving, in their own language, was state control. It was the ability to change what mode the body was in. Modern science now gives that process different names, from heart rate variability and vagal tone to autonomic balance and parasympathetic dominance. But the deeper principle is still the same. The body cannot heal as well in a state of constant defense. That is why the vagus nerve reset matters, not because it is trendy, because it changes the conditions under which recovery becomes possible. Now let's make that practical. When your body thinks it is under threat, it behaves differently. Blood flow shifts, breathing changes, digestion slows or becomes erratic, muscles hold more tension than they need to, and sleep becomes lighter and easier to interrupt. Even pain can become more persistent because a guarded nervous system reads more of life through the lens of protection. This is why some people feel like they are doing everything right, yet their body still feels tight, tired, reactive, and hard to fully restore. Their problem may not be effort. Their problem may be that the body never receives a strong enough signal that the danger has passed. And that is what a good vagus reset is really about. It is not about forcing calm, pretending stress is not real, or trying to think your way out of biology. It is about giving the body a physical signal that helps it shift gears, a signal it can actually feel, and a signal that says the emergency is not happening right now. That is why the most effective vagus inputs tend to be simple and physical. Breath, sound, posture, exhalation, and vibration all work because they speak the language the nervous system already understands. And one of the fastest ways to deliver that message is through extended exhalation, combined with low, steady sound. Why? Because your breath is one of the few levers that sits between conscious control and automatic function. You do not have to think about breathing for it to happen, but you can influence it when you choose to. And when you slow the exhale and add vibration, something important starts to change. The body gets a stronger cue that the threat level is dropping. The jaw softens. The chest stops gripping as hard. The heart rate often begins to settle, and the nervous system starts leaning away from alarm and back toward repair. This is why older systems used humming, chanting, prayer tones, or long vocal exhalations. They were not just creating atmosphere. They were using sound to lengthen the exhale, settle the mind, and shift the body into a more recoverable condition. So here is the protocol. This is the simplest version of a vagus reset you can actually repeat. Sit upright or lie down somewhere comfortable. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. Relax the tongue. Breathe in quietly through the nose for about 4 seconds. Then exhale slowly for 6 to 8 seconds with a low, steady hum. Not forced, not dramatic. Just enough sound to create a soft vibration in the throat, chest, and face. Again, inhale through the nose. Then a long, humming exhale. Do that for 3 to 5 minutes. That is enough for most people to feel a shift. If humming feels awkward, you can use a long, soft exhale through the mouth instead. But the hum usually works better because it gives the nervous system a clearer signal and helps keep the exhale slow without strain. The goal is not performance. The goal is to communicate safety. And that distinction matters because many people turn recovery into another thing to achieve, another protocol to win, another scorecard. That defeats the point. This works best when the body feels guided, not forced. So keep the breath easy, keep the shoulders down, keep the face relaxed, and let the exhale stay longer than the inhale. That is the core of the reset. A longer exhale, a softer body, and a clearer safety signal. There is one more detail that makes this work better. Do not wait until you are already overwhelmed. You can use it there, and it can help, but the real power comes when you practice it before the system is fully flooded. It works especially well in the morning before the day speeds up, in the evening before sleep, after a stressful conversation, after work, or after a workout if your body feels more wired than restored. In those moments, you are not just calming down. You are teaching the body a different default. That matters because the nervous system is always learning from repetition. Whatever you rehearse, it gets better at. If you rehearse hurry, tension, shallow breathing, and constant stimulation, the body gets better at staying activated. If you rehearse longer exhales, softer muscle tone, and regular downshifts into safety, the body starts getting better at recovery. Now, what begins to change when you practice this consistently? First, many people notice that their body comes down faster after stress. Not perfect calm, but less stickiness. Less of that feeling where the stressful moment is over, yet your body is still acting like it is happening. Second, sleep often improves indirectly. Not because this is a sleep trick, but because it becomes easier for the body to stop gripping the day when night arrives. A body that can downshift more cleanly usually sleeps more cleanly too. Third, digestion often improves. Because digestion is expensive, and the body does it best when it is not acting like danger is still nearby. This is why some people feel less stomach tightness, less stress nausea, less random digestive weirdness, or simply more ease after meals when they start working on state instead of only food choices. Fourth, recovery starts feeling more complete. Workouts feel less draining. Tension stops stacking quite as fast, and that constant sense of being under-restored begins to loosen. Sometimes the first sign is not dramatic. It is simply that you stop feeling like your body is fighting you all the time. That is what makes this powerful. It is not just about feeling calmer. It is about becoming more recoverable. That is a different thing. A body can be tired without being recoverable. A body can be fed without being settled. A body can be asleep without being fully restored. The vagus nerve reset helps close that gap. Now let's be clear about what this is not. This is not a cure-all. It is not a replacement for sleep. It is not a substitute for eating well, moving well, getting daylight, or dealing with the actual sources of chronic stress in your life. And it is not something you do once and expect your entire nervous system to rewire overnight. This is a repetition tool, a state training tool, a way of reminding the body again and again that not every moment is an emergency. And that matters more than most people realize. Because the body learns through repetition, repeated tension becomes a baseline. Repeated calm can also become a baseline. That is the opportunity. Most people are unintentionally training stress every day. This lets you start training recovery on purpose. And once you understand that, the whole idea of healing changes. You stop seeing recovery as something that only happens after the hard part is over. You start seeing it as a state the body must be able to enter, a state that can be blocked, a state that can be trained, a state that modern life keeps disrupting unless you deliberately protect it. That is why this is bigger than one nerve. The vagus nerve is the doorway, but the real prize is access to a body that knows how to downshift again. A body that does not stay trapped in bracing. A body that can actually receive the benefits of rest. A body that is not just surviving the day, but recovering from it. This is why the vagus nerve reset can feel so disproportionately powerful. It does not fix everything by itself. It changes the state in which everything else is happening. And when the state changes, the whole system can respond differently. So here's the real shift. Stop asking only whether you are tired. Start asking what state your body is in. Stop assuming recovery happens automatically. Start training the conditions that allow it. Because your body does not heal best when it is merely motionless. It heals best when it feels safe enough to let go. That is the reset. Not a trend or a gimmick, but a signal, a repetition, and a way back into repair. So, tonight, or the next time you feel your system climbing too high, do something simple. Sit down, soften your jaw, breathe in quietly, and let the exhale hum. Tell the body, in the oldest language it understands, that the danger has passed. Then give it a few minutes to believe you. Welcome to Autophagy Unlocked.